In the starting lineup tonight?
I'm not going to get a starting lineup tonight.
Okay. And as far as that, is this a game for him to see some minutes?
We'll see tonight.
Curious when you've been looking at that though with Sacramento. Obviously, you have Fox, you have Sabonis. What has been keys to slowing, particularly Fox, down?
Well, we haven't done it well.
That's why I'm at what are you?
I don't think anybody in the league has figured that out yet. Do the best we can. I mean, he's one of the best offensive players in the league, one of the most difficult guys to game plan for. The way he's improved his shooting and shooting off the bounce over the last couple of years, with this combined with his speed, and then the threat of Sabonis in the pocket, it's one of the biggest, one of the most challenging two-man games in the league to stop. So we got to mix coverages, we got to compete on the basketball, and we got to have 5 guys in.
One other thing I had was, you guys had a chance to control your destiny, then lost the game against New Orleans. How quickly do you move from that, or do you even bring it to the game since then? That we had a shot there to make this a better situation for us.
Nope. Our whole focus the last few weeks has been win the next game. We're going to be confident if we get in the top 6. We're going to be confident if we're in the play-in tournament. And obviously the higher, we want to finish as high as we can, but we'll be confident either way.
Coach Royce O'Neal, what has he brought to your team since that trade, and how well has he been playing?
Better than we all expected. He's a big time intangibles guy. Really helps us with just doing the little things on the basketball court, but in particular communication. He's really enhanced our communication as a group. But moves the basketball, encourages his movement offensively, gets our other guys moving. Where we tend to stand around from time to time, and he's always on the move. He carries the threat to shoot the 3 and can guard multiple positions on the defensive side of the ball. So he's really given us a huge lift.
And I think they already mentioned about one of your players though, but Bradley Beal. Okay, and how has he been progressing? Going through these games, despite the injuries that he had earlier in the season.
Yeah, he's gotten stronger as the season has gone along, and his roles evolved as the season goes along. When you put together a big 3 like we have, everybody's got to make certain adjustments and sacrifices to their games. All 3 of those guys have, but Bradley being injured early, put him a little bit behind the curve with those adjustments. But he's really come on of late, both offensively and what he's doing on the defensive side of the ball has not been highly spoken about enough. He's really risen to the challenge against some of these elite perimeter players. He held the assignment on Fox tonight. He's guarded Zion Williamson. I mean, he's really done it all defensively as well. So, I think that's worth noting.
Coach, looking at Damian, we talked to him today, and clearly he's been through quite a bit just to even get to this point. What does that say for you as a coach to see the grind and trying to get over mental, physical, and all that stuff?
Yeah, I love Damian Lee. I mean, he's been a joy and to be around and a breath of fresh air for our group, even in a situation where he's not playing. And he has had some bumps in the road. He has had a very difficult year. Psychologically, getting over something like this, dealing with not having your normal life in front of you, and being a guy that's not able to play basketball and having to spend more time in the training room than on the court, that's a big challenge, and he's handled it like a champ. I can't wait to get him back on the court because of his IQ, but his IQ and leadership and character has shown up in our group throughout the course of the season multiple times and on a daily basis, I would say.
He talked today about that, just how he lost maybe some of his identity, not playing every single day. What have the conversations been like with you two, and just you encouraging him as he looks to get back?
Yeah, just stay with it. It's a grind. Before you know it, you'll be back and you won't even remember what it was like. But be active. Be as active as you can in your role. Just like we encourage our guys on the bench in game to be active, encouraging our guys, but just also talking out coverages. Talking to each other. He's been that. We've had those types of conversations throughout the course of the year. He's sat in a few coaching staff meetings with us this year, which is good because he really has a bright basketball mind. Obviously. he has that to start, but also having those years in Golden State with the way they played out there was, he adds a lot of that those experiences to our group. So he's always talking, and like I said, he's been a breath of fresh air to be around this year.
Frank, you guys shot a season high 53s in the game the other night. I know you've been pushing for more. Is that closer to kind of the recipe that you want?
Yeah, 50 is a big number, yeah, but I'm not scared of the volume. As long as they're good ones, we have the shooting on this team that, if we are that aggressive at the 3-point line, we're going to win some games by 30, 40 points. If we shoot to our level, we had heavy legs, I think, in that game, so we didn't shoot a great percentage. But if we're generating the right looks, I'm not afraid of the volume. We have a thing where we get really aggressive at the 3-point line when we remove the big from our lineup. So why can't we be small ball aggressive with a big in the game? I think we saw that in the Clippers game. Had we shot our normal percentage, it's a 20-25 point win. But we want to attack the basket as well. It's just we have a tendency to force things in the paint, which leads to turnovers and lower percentage shots at the rim. So with the team we have, we should never take difficult twos, and we should never force things into traffic. Play with our space, utilize our shooting, and hopefully get a good shot on goal every time down.
So you were pretty pleased for the most part, like with the looks that you were getting out of those sets the other night.
Yeah, we're a little over aggressive on some of them, but I'd rather do that than take 22 threes in a modern NBA game. With the shooting that we have, it's underutilizing a skill set for us.
Can you speak to just kind of the gauntlet that has been the Western Conference this year? I mean, you look at the play-in tournament started today. You've got the Lakers with LeBron, and you've got Steph and Clay. You've got KD, and it's just a brutal environment to have to play in. Yes. And record-wise, your guys' record, how they finished a year ago versus now. I mean, and it's play-in versus fourth a year ago. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, it's challenging, and it's everything you said. The West is loaded. There are great teams from 1 through 10, and even the Rockets had a stretch where they were playing great, and some of the younger teams are no pushover teams as well, as we learned playing against San Antonio. So, but I think this top 10, is good of a 10-man West as the league's ever seen. And like you just mentioned, the teams that are in this play-in tournament, not securing that top 6. It's extremely deep. Every single night, you got a team that you're playing against that you view as a great team. And a team that has a legit chance to go on a deep playoff run. So it's been challenging. It's been a little bit. It's insane, to be honest. To see the quality of the teams and the volume of them in the Western Conference. But we welcome all challenges, and we believe in our group, and hoping for a strong finish here.
You mentioned, the only thing I was going to follow up on the threes. Nurkic hadn't shot a lot of them, and his percentages is down from what it normally is. If he was shooting normally what he does, more threes, would you think that number you're talking about with the big on the court would be different? Or?
No, I'm not talking about the big shooting threes.
Okay.
I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about our perimeter players, looking to play through our fives, a lot, versus looking for their pull-ups or, just touching the paint with congestion and then playing paint to great basketball. I'm not talking about the 5 shooting threes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Down on 3.
How are you, my friend?
Good, how are you?